I think we're live. Chat, are we live? Let's see. YouTube, are you working today? It looks like YouTube's working. Yep, we're live. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream. And we're early for once. We were 20 seconds early. That's a first. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and we're joined by Mr. Real Texan Politics.
Hello.
So yeah, it's gonna be a very eventful day. We have a lot going on with Elon Musk. The White House announced the new law and order measures. Lots happening. A lot is happening in the world, so let's get into it. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. What?
We also have Mr. Swan Marcus, Pakistan, Palestine, whatever those flags are.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Luke. Wow. Thank you for your insight.
Thank you, Luke. Very cool. Very cool.
Wow. Great. So yeah, before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are great ways to support the content. And if you do have any questions, concerns, or want to support the channel even further, the best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I will read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. And already we got one. A Glitch Eevee for 2, early American politics. Love to see it. Yeah, I thought, you know what? People making bets in the chat about how early we be. You know what? Let's make it early. So, wow, thank you.
Early live stream, that's crazy.
Yeah, this is a record. So,
this never happens, dude.
What is happening over there?
What?
Stuff.
Are you driving?
Yeah, dude.
My
Going
God.
to work.
I just hear that's all I hear.
Yeah, I had to make a sharp turn because I was about to get hit by a car.
Oh, that's a great start to your day then. What a great start. Yeah, so we have a lot to talk about today. I guess we can start with the let's start the Ohio news, because that's kind of stupid. People make a big deal about nothing. Let me pull this up. So
what's going on in Ohio?
It's Ohio. What do you expect? For real. So the Democrats just released their proposed map because they're trying to redraw the maps in Ohio, and this was their proposal. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, it's like a 8-7 map. It splits up Columbus, like the city of. Well, I mean, the city obviously has to be split, but they split it to the point where it makes 2 safe Democrat seats.
It's illegal.
And then they have the North Lake Erie Snake, which actually might violate laws because it's connected by water, not by land.
Yeah, look at how hideous this looks.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is the fair and democracy map, everybody. Like, this is the table, by the way. This is for the results. Yeah, it is a... Is that an 8-7 map, right?
Yeah, 8-7. They also have Pack Cincinnati, which it's fine. I don't really care about that. It's the other ones they do.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. They have one in, like, Hamilton County, Franklin. They split a bunch of times. It's utter insanity that this is...
I think they make the Dayton seat actually Democratic.
Oh, they do? Really?
I think by, like, a very slim margin, it's Democratic.
Let's see. It might be. But yeah, this is the pro-democracy map, everybody. Pro-democracy.
Oh yeah, I'd like to point out, since I'm not going to be on for a while, I'm only going to be on for a little bit. If you live in Northern Virginia, there is a special congressional race today where the black turnout is literally like 0. And
zero.
this is a seat that is like D plus 25, but Republicans in the state are making a heavy play for it due to the low black turnout. So if you want to somehow try to contribute to a potential major upset for the U.S. House, go vote. Go fucking vote. Because if we... and I think I'm going to use this kind of as an indicator. If the Republican ends up doing a lot better than expected, that could be saying something for the governor race in a month and a half.
We'll see.
We'll just have to wait.
Hey, Tara.
Also today.
Thank you.
You got the water right here, Dad.
Bruh, what's going going on?
Yeah,
What
I'm
the
on
hell?
it right now.
What the hell's
Anyways,
happening?
also today, besides Virginia, there's also the primary for the Charlotte mayor election, which is going to probably get insane attention.
Oh, we'll get to
Because
Charlotte in a
after the
second.
events
We'll
of
talk about that in a little bit.
yeah, that is the turnout there would have probably been like 1%, and then we had the incident on the light rail.
Yeah, Puerto Rico for 15, K-pop Demon Hunters 2028, and Democrats are parodying themselves. I mean, they are. I mean, it's become a joke how bad it is.
K-pop Demon Hunters. I mean, I know what that is. I mean, honestly, I could see Democrats using that and like whatever the fuck. I don't know.
All right, so
Okay, actually, I will mention this with the the primary in Charlotte. The Republican nominee for mayor of Charlotte is running unopposed. She will not win the general. However, the incumbent mayor, V. Lyles, does have several challengers. Now they're mainly just activists, and then there's a candidate for Congress from last year, and then a perennial candidate.
oh, that's a great sign.
But there is a non-zero chance that the incumbent gets primaried out.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
However, we're talking about the mayor. We're talking about the Charlotte mayor election, which the primary is. I mean, it's obviously safe Democrat, but the primary is today on the Democratic side. The incumbent mayor might get primaried out. Now, I will mention she could get primaried out by someone to her left, which might be.
It would be
Like,
hilarious.
Hooray! Yeah, we primary out the incumbent mayor. Yeah, not gonna. That's probably not a good thing. Actually, I think any one
Primary
of these
out the
people.
incumbent mayor and then blast on Charlotte. What happened with Ariana? And I guarantee you that race will get within 5 points. Even if it's a lefty that takes over, it's going to make them sweat fucking bullets. They're going to waste even more money, and Michael Whatley's still going to win that Senate race.
All right, you know.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I've also changed my rating on the Senate race. I'm moving it from Tiltar to Lee.
I think it's still Tiltar, but it's become more. I think it's become more likely Whatley wins. Now,
I've been saying for the longest time.
I'll give
that
him the
Roy
credit.
Cooper
A
is nowhere
certain
near
individual that I attacked the other day on stream is saying that this is going to help Whatley. So, what's going on here? So again,
100%. This helps Whatley. This is.
Honestly, I saw the full footage of her getting stabbed in the neck. That shit harrowed me to the bone, especially because I have a mutual who lives in Charlotte that takes that exact same bus home.
Oh my gosh.
And she told me, she hasn't left her home for like 2 weeks out of fear of what happened because she rode that exact same train home less than an hour before the attack happened. Y'all, I don't know about you, but if I saw my mutual get fucking ganked in the neck by an irate moviegoer, I'd probably be fucking crying my ass off. I understand the pain that those people are going through. This can't happen. And I really appreciate that the Trump administration, I appreciate that Sean Belly, whatever his name is, Pelly, the guy in charge of the DOT. I appreciate that less than 2 weeks after it happened,
Sean Duffy.
they've been on. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. I appreciate that Sean Duffy and the Department of Transportation and the Department of Justice have been taking this very seriously. I appreciate that they are threatening to withhold federal funding for not just Charlotte, but also other public transportation systems, which refuse to take the safety and well-being of American citizens seriously. And I think this is absolutely going to affect the Charlotte mayoral race. Even if we're not going to win it, but if they elect some kind of lefty, or if they nominate some kind of progressive, then this is going to be a very close race, and it's just going to be another sign that America's getting sick of their shit.
Yeah, K-Cub for 2, Derek Crowley announced candidacy for Wisconsin governor. I saw that. That's Milwaukee executive. Good luck. Good luck with that one. But yeah, so
may I remind you, the last time someone involved in Milwaukee politics ran statewide, they lost by over 5 points, and then they lost by even more in a recall election in an even more Democrat favorable year. Okay, so honestly, good. Yeah, well, I hope he's the nominee.
Yeah. So okay. But yeah, as for what happened to Charlotte, for those that live under a rock, a couple days ago, actually, it's been a couple weeks now, right?
Yes, it's been a couple
I think it actually happened in August,
you-
but the footage was just now released.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Ariana. For those who are unaware, a beautiful 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee named Ariana was stabbed to death on a Charlotte Metro light rail, and absolutely zero, and I mean zero major news outlets have reported on it because the perpetrator was black and has a history of severe mental illnesses like schizophrenia.
And he was let out by Governor Roy Cooper turned Senate candidate Roy Cooper. I would like to point that out as well.
He's like, what, a 14-time hospitalized?
Yeah.
No, 14 times. He had been put into an institute 14 times. Roy Cooper had let him out. And then he went, I'm not talking to you. I'm on stream, Dad. Well, the dog wants to see you. Come on, Isu. Dog, come here. Come here. Yeah, sorry. I'm on the road from Texarkana to Austin. My grandma's funeral was yesterday.
Yeah, sorry about that. You're lost, by the way.
Thank you. She was a beautiful woman. Anyway.
I will also mention the mainstream media outlets that have reported on this incident blame the MAGA Republicans.
Yeah, the MAGA Republicans.
They blame them for racism because of the footage.
Yeah,
they're not talking about the stabbing.
Also,
they're talking about the racism.
There was also this fake image going around claiming she had a Black Lives Matter sign in her room.
That was all
bullshit.
Reuters,
It wasn't
by the
even
way.
the same person.
It
wasn't even the
fucking
same
Reuters, by the
Okay,
way.
here's the
Sean.
thing. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if she supported Black Lives Matter or not. This is still completely inexcusable. This amount of random violence that has become normalized in our society, unfortunately, shouldn't be remotely acceptable. And the only people who disgust me more than the people letting them out are these right-leaning grifters who say she deserved it. No one deserves that. She just got here from Ukraine like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
She didn't know fucking better. These people don't know better. Our society has failed them, and we don't need to be saying these people deserve to be killed and have their lives snuffed out because they supported XYZ thing. That is not only fucking insane to say, that just proves that you are a desensitized sociopath who has absolutely zero care about the value of another human being's life.
Yeah.
I hold very strong opinions about people, but I would not wish death upon them for supporting another thing. And that's the issue that a lot of these leftists and these right-leaning grifters have. Like, no, these people shouldn't be allowed. These people shouldn't be tolerated. It is a tragedy when someone loses their life, no matter what, because that is someone's daughter, that is someone's son, that is someone's mother, that is someone's father, that is someone's sister or brother. The loss of life is always something to be mourned.
Yeah.
And if you are going online and saying she deserved it so you can get digital brownie points from your online political fucking circle jerk, you are a disgusting human being. You should probably go offline for a while.
Yeah,
and go touch grass.
Even if she supported BLM, which she didn't, that was a fake image, I don't care. She got killed for no reason. The guy was just sitting there and just stabbed her. No reason.
There is zero, and I mean zero, instances where random acts of violence that could happen to anybody there's no excuse. There's no excuse where a random act of violence like that could happen to anybody, because the person is mentally ill and doesn't give a shit about what you are or what you believe.
Yeah.
There's zero instance where that should be politicized or excused or, God forbid, accepted, especially by terminally online wingnobs who don't fucking care and exist online solely to grift. Random people getting...
K-Cub for 5. NBC ran a story run on the stabbing. I counted it ran like a piss poor minute and a half, and then they ran the 5-minute Trump letter to Epstein story. Yeah, the Epstein stuff we won't even... That's not even...
That's even more of an outrage. They care more about a stupid fucking letter that probably isn't even real.
Yeah.
But even if it is, this...
Yeah, And what you get, like,
I
the whole
will even say,
episode.
honestly, though, if NBC ran a full 5-minute story, I don't know if this was MSNBC or NBC,
They're
just
both the
regular
same.
NBC. Yeah, it's whatever. But, well, actually, I think MSNBC is like the national version, NBC is like local affiliates. But regardless, if they ran a full 5-minute story on this, they probably would have just blamed the MAGA Republicans.
Yeah. They would have said, well, now they're saying the MAGA Republicans are racist for installing cameras. That's what they're running on now. You can't make this up.
By the way, this woman was safer in a war-torn country than she was in an American big city.
Yeah, and like apparently it's getting bad. I think if Roy Cooper let him out of jail, he's screwed. He is screwed if that's the case.
By the way, after that, North Carolina has a Democrat governor, so Trump has every right at this point to send the National Guard
you gotta send
to
to Charlotte.
I mean, you need to do this
friend,
in every
who, like I said,
city. You need to do
my
this.
friend, who, like I said, is like rode that same rail an hour before. She's like, dude, send the National Guard in. A lot of people, these big cities, even big blue cities and red states, they're not safe because they're run by the same psychopaths who run blue states.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
They're more localized. One pays bad because
Thank you.
the government are next. It's the same shit. Functionally the same shit.
All right.
I think the most dangerous big city in the country is a blue city in a red state, Jackson, Mississippi. I think it is the most dangerous.
And every time Gavin Newsom brings up all these red states of crime, it's like, yeah, look who's doing it and where it's done.
Yeah, Steve Saylor image. But no, what's up, guys?
Actually, no, it looks like I mean, sources differ. I think it's actually Memphis, but regardless,
it's the same shit. Who cares?
Yeah.
So, obviously, what happened in Charlotte, North Carolina? Hey, what's up, guys? What happened in Charlotte, North Carolina is horrific. I completely agree with everything you guys said. I think the reaction that Tyrone was mentioning from certain terminally online people is the reason why I left Twitter/X. I lurk on there, and it's so toxic. And I know. I've said this before. It's kind of like, if you know me, it's kind of like a broken clock. But I just can't believe how sociopathic some people on the internet are. Like, it's one thing to make edgy jokes and edgy memes. I've been doing that for years. But I do think the internet has kind of made some terminally online Zoomers from both sides of the political spectrum into unironic sociopaths. And that does kind of scare me.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Ariana. Rest in peace.
I mean, listen, I don't give a shit if she supported BLM, which again, she did it. It doesn't freaking matter if she's a refugee. And it doesn't matter if she was black or not. Nobody should just sit down, going home or whatever after working. She was at work beforehand and get stabbed. Just for sitting there. For no reason. The guy fought her over and stabbed him. Or her a couple times.
I remember seeing some tweets from a certain group of people that follow a certain Mexican-American streamer who I won't name on this show, who were saying without any evidence that she was Jewish. And it's she's obviously not. But even if she was, would you guys support this? Stab her? I think a lot of people would. Because a lot of people online are just sociopath. And once they perceive somebody, as Tyrone said, as the other, or somehow they turn a innocent victim into an enemy, they're trying to come up with ways to justify it because they're sociopaths. And that's why they're lying about her being supporting BLM, which she pretty much clearly didn't. And even if she did, it doesn't matter.
Caden for 5. I don't even think liberal justifies them anymore, but actually evil, brainwashed, satanic freaks. This is a spiritual war, no longer left versus right. Oh, I agree. We're beyond just left and right. These people are just insane. This is batshit crazy. A glitch Evie for 2. There's a reason I'm not an X ever anymore. Yeah, it's a mess. Chance raising for 5. If Cooper let him out, he's cooked. Leonard, especially with those voter numbers being so good for Republicans. I'm with you, Tyrone. Yeah, it's one of those things with North Carolina. If Roy Cooper was involved, he's done. I don't see him winning that race now. So we'll see. American Nerd for 2.
I mean, I mean, as long as we can basically milk this all the way till November, basically Lake and Riley. I mean, I hate to use those terms because I think it's probably not the best way to discuss it, but still, if he makes another Lake and Riley situation, Roy Cooper is done.
American Nerd for 2. I don't know what is wrong with people these days.
It's
yeah. It's not good.
It's sad that we have to say, like, we have to milk this scandal, because in a functional society, in a functional high trust society, which America used to be before mass migration and minority worship, mind you, this would have been an automatic. Not only would Roy Cooper have lost this as a foregone conclusion, he would have been forced to drop out of the primary, and the Democrat who would have replaced him would still have to deal with the fallout of
Yeah.
that scandal. That's what would have happened in a normal society. But we live in an America where shit is so politicized and people are going to vote no matter how awful their side is, that you kind of do have to put that shit on full blast and make it look insane, because we do live in an insane country where you have to parade a woman senselessly getting murdered is a massive issue, because most people are so desensitized or don't give a shit
All
that
right.
they need to have that drilled into their skull and be made
It's the
sensitive to
same.
it again.
It's the same thing with Lake and Riley.
Yeah. We had to do that just to get that bill passed. That's crazy. It barely
Yeah,
passed anyways.
we're going to have to do that just to get Mike Collins elected to the Senate.
Yeah. I mean, this is under.
We have to make martyrs out of people who don't deserve to be.
They should be
How do I
around
say
right
this?
now.
We have to make people
them
who should be
our
around right now, people who should be alive right now, we have to turn into martyrs, because our
Insane.
country is so dysfunctional, because half the country doesn't give a shit about senseless violence. It's fucking mind-boggling.
Make them our George Floyd. Make them our George Floyd.
In other news, guys, they're looking more into like how this guy got in the streets, and apparently according to President Trump, he posted a video today, and he was arrested 14 times, and then like, you know, he's been in jail a bunch of times. He got released right away. Apparently, people are going to look into it more. There was the MacArthur Foundation, a left-wing group. They gave Mecklenburg County, which is where Charlotte is, $3 million to reduce the jail population, specifically as part of quote-unquote racial equity aims. So that's why you had that lunatic on the street. Because of some
This is like
group.
literal pro-crime policy.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, DEI is such an overused like buzzword nowadays, but this is literally like, I would say DIE.
Yeah, it's DIE. Just death. Just die.
What
That's
this
all it is.
boils down to, it boils down to insane pro-death worship cultism. That's what it is at the end of the day. And it has a progressive label on it, because these people think that the only way to atone for all these horrible things is to just kill white people and to let our country fall apart. It's absolutely psychotic. You speak it, Father.
Actually,
Everyone say hi to my dad.
We send the John Doyle tweets.
What?
We send the John Doyle tweets. John Doyle always has like fantastic takes on this stuff.
Let's see here. Yeah, this is actually a good. Yeah, I saw this earlier. Let me bring this up. So, like, John Doyle's right here. Let me pull this up.
When is John Doyle ever wrong?
I can't really think of one. So right here, this is what he said. You can literally be a woman, a Ukrainian, and a refugee, but because you're white too, they're ultimately go out of their way to avoid discussing details of your murder accurately, if at all. And this is responding to the Axios tweet where they said, the MAGA Republicans have installed video cameras everywhere. It's insane. Which again, which party pushed body cams and cameras or body cams up?
I think we're about to probably see big blue cities ban body cameras on their officers because it shows
they're gonna do
because it shows black people brutal, charging at cops with knives. And they're supposed to be the victims. They're supposed to be the martyrs of the Black Lives Matter movement.
That was the biggest political blunder they ever did. When they pushed that blew up in their face. Big time.
I think I said this yesterday on stream. I will admit guilt that I kind of fell for the whole George Floyd fiasco. Not to the point of saying, defund the police or any of that shit. I was still fairly moderate when I think I kind of had Trump's view on the whole thing at the time. Because even Trump kind of fell for it. But one view I've always had consistently since that point, and I still do today, is that I think body cameras should be mandatory.
I think it's common sense. I think it's a common sense policy. Because you stop the bullshit with what was the guy in Missouri? Was it Ferguson?
Michael Brown. Which, by the way, speaking of that, that's another story. the Michael Brown's friend that was a big contributor to the "Hands Up, Don't Shoot" hoax, was shot to death in Ferguson.
In other news, is anyone surprised by that? Like,
It's a St. Louis suburb that basically has like the exact same crime rates, if not worse crime rates than the city of St. Louis.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great. Let's see here. So with what happened in North Carolina will hurt Cooper. Oh, I think Roy Cooper's screwed now. If they can prove that he actually let him out of jail, he's done.
It went from like a 50-50 race to like maybe a 60-40 race. In terms of probability.
Yeah, I went from 55. 50-50 to 60. I agree with that. I agree with that assessment. So
like I would rate this as lean Republican instead of tilt.
K Cup for 5. I'm not one for erasing parts of history, but I believe we should petition to have Obama's 8 years erased. This racial tension and hate falls on him. Yeah, he started this shit. He started this shit 10 years ago. Or actually, gosh, but 15 years ago. Yeah,
13 years ago.
Ferguson and what is it, George Zimmerman, all of that happened under Obama.
And he was the one that blew up the racial tensions. It was him. Not the right. It was him.
Yes. And pretty much all during the second term, too.
Yeah, because what happened is the first term, he was still that kind of moderate bullshit down.
Well, Obama's first term, I think, will have more of an economy focus.
Yeah.
And, healthcare and that sort of stuff.
And
second term was more social issue focused.
But you notice the first term, he avoided social issues like the plague. Then he kind of started talking about, like, gay marriage and stuff. But then his second term, he just went full-blown, like, yeah, fuck everything. We're blowing it all up. And that's what happened.
Even then, a lot of the Republican backlash was still over the economy. That was the Tea Party, and that's why you had a red tsunami in 2010.
Yeah.
Was the Tea Party movement, which blew up as well. But
yeah, how did that go?
Yeah. You had two red tsunamis, and then they basically collapsed.
American Nerd for 2. Imagine Dems nominate Cooper even with this. They're going to nominate him. They have nobody. Who do they got in North Carolina? Who?
They have nobody. Because the other guy that ran dropped out and is running for another statewide office.
Yeah,
so.
They have no bench. I mean, they might as well nominate the mayor of Charlotte.
Go ahead.
She would lose horribly, but still.
No, they need the pro-democracy candidates.
I will also mention, if this can, I don't know how relevant this issue will be in 2028. But Josh Stein, he's already very popular and probably will win re-election. But if you can make this still a big issue in 2028, I don't know if Josh Stein would lose. I think it'll be another Josh Shapiro situation because he is a popular governor. But it could be enough to help down ballots and probably flip every statewide race except for governor.
It's his Dukakis moment. Yeah, make it his Dukakis moment. Do it. You do what Bush did to him. The Willie Brown ad. Do it. Do the same thing.
I think there's already advertisements about to air on this that are.
Yeah, the North Carolina GOP, they're not pissing around, especially with Whatley.
Yeah, again, they're using the DEI buzzwords, but still,
that's what effective this is.
Yep, it is literally DEI.
And I hate doing the thing where it's like, what if the roles reversed? But seriously, if this was a white guy that stabbed a black girl, this would have been national headlines for 5 years. Every
national headlines for years, and it probably would have also hurt Whatley. But
yeah, it would have been a national story.
Because you probably would have seen black turnout go up. Because black turnout did go up after 2020. A lot of it was mail-ins, but George Floyd didn't advertise them.
I want to work through this here. So, North Carolina Democrats and leftists are saying that they're saying that the MAGA racist Republicans are responsible for body cams.
Yes.
Which Democrats pushed as pushback against police brutality because this guy got let out by a Democratic governor and Democrat activist groups paying money to a mental asylum to let this guy out. And the violence he committed against a random Ukrainian refugee is here because of Democratic policy, because Biden and his fucking council sent us all in on Ukraine. This entire situation is literally the perfect storm against Dems because every single it's like the camera for accountability, the mentally insane man being let out for free out of racial equity concerns and quotas, and the Ukrainian refugee. I'm sorry, this needs to be lambasted everywhere. This needs to be put on every television for years to come because that That is literally the exact kind of America Democratic policies have been manifesting, regardless of what they virtue signal.
Yeah.
You will be an immigrant from a war-torn country. You will come to America, and you will be reported being stabbed to death in the neck by an insane man, by the same people who let the same people that let you in here are the same people who paid millions of dollars to let people like him out on the streets. That is the America the Democratic Party wants and has been fighting for since Barack Obama. And this is precisely the type of nonsense Trump and the Republican Party and MAGA have been pushing against since 2016. And they tried to kill him twice, mind you. They tried to kill him twice. So this is the America that they could enact upon us. That is all.
Caden for 10. The right has their own flaws, but the left has actually gone insane. Traditional liberalism is out far right, and these people are being radicalized into an anti-nationalist domestic terrorist. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, like, the remaining actual liberals that actually have half a brain, they're Republicans now, like Tulsi Gabbard and RFK. They left the Democratic Party because they realized, oh, wait a minute, these people are insane. Like, yeah, we disagree with Tulsi Gabbard on some issues, but at least she's not batshit crazy. At least she's not, you know, saying, yeah, this is perfectly fine. So, yeah, that's why a lot of former Democrats,
all right,
they left the party.
Hey, Rap.
What?
Rap. My dad wants...
What?
Chat, y'all want to hear Tyrone's All-Father speak? Say yes in the chat. Hello? Can you not hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear
Oh,
it.
is my connection shit again?
It was kind of a little bit.
Hello?
I heard it. I heard it.
Alex Maddox for 5. Think the Minneapolis shooting go away Alex Maddox for 5. Think of the Minneapolis shooting go away so fast now. The coverage doesn't fit the narrative. Yeah, that went away. Anyone talk about Minneapolis now? Anyone's talking about that one? Wonder why.
Chat saying yes. Chat saying yes.
American Nerd for 3. Democrats only oppose anything common sense these days. Well, yeah, that's the Democrat Party. All right, Tyrone, have your fun.
All right, hold up. My dad. Everyone, say hi to my...
And we lost him.
Everyone say hi to my dad.
Hello.
Hey.
That includes you too.
Hello.
What's up, fella? And fellas. So
You're on speaker.
I know I'm on speaker. I turned 50 years old this year. I was born in 1975. The first political awareness I have that I recall was in the 1980s when President Reagan was president. And I recall the whole Morning in America era where there was optimism and hope and confidence in American know-how. We were the leaders of the fucking world, undisputed. And this was before the end of the Cold War. This is before the Soviet Union fell apart. The adults that were in control back then were mature, level-headed, calm, but more than anything else, they were focused on what was in the best long-term interest of the country and the people. Now, you can criticize their approach. You can criticize the conservatives in control who wanted a more theocratic aspect to governing. You could criticize the imperialistic undertones of everything we've done with our military around the world. But you cannot fucking argue with the peace that we maintained, with the global affluence we created, the boats that we lifted in all harbors. The modern world is a result of America's gift to everybody else. And there are multiples of that. Now, in that period of time that I have grown up and turned into an old man and birthed Tyrone, well, I didn't birth him, my wife did.
Say, I hope you didn't.
No, I think that'd kill me. I have observed that the libs who went from being what my father termed as bleeding heart liberals to frothing at the mouth misanthropes. They hate everything that has to do with the country. Everything. Anything that is good, anything that is just, anything that is long lasting and altruistic, they don't want anything to do with it. It blows my mind that we're at this point in history and how quickly we went from having a at least semi-functional government with two parties that sort of held the line and respected the traditions of our countries, of our country, of our government, of the law and all that stuff, to this extremely polarized, ape shit stuff that we have right now. And it started in the 90s with Bill Clinton. Everybody points at Obama, but really it was Bill Clinton when he started kissing up to minorities. And that's really when the systemic corruption became a real problem. And like I said, I've watched them go from bleeding heart liberals to what they are now. There's nothing redeemable about the Democrats. I fully believe that we're in a great turning where what it means to be American, all of our institutions, especially including our political parties, are changing into something different. And it's on y'all to make sure that our shit is realigned back with the Constitution and everybody is created and are considered equal under law and all that. I'm sorry that it falls on y'all. I'm Generation X. There's 20 million something less of us than all the other generations. We're doing the best we can, but I promise you, I am just as pissed off and ready to wreck shop as y'all. And my generation will support y'all taking it back. I guarantee you, I'm gonna be one of those white bearded old men out there fighting with y'all. And that is all. My dad, everybody.
W's a chat.
Thank you very much for that.
That was.
Thank you very much. That was
epic.
awesome. That was awesome.
I mean,
yeah.
he's not wrong about all that stuff. I mean, that's just truth. I mean, it went to shit for years.
You need to drop the mic.
Oh, you're good, Dad. Don't worry.
All right, a couple super chats to read. A glitch Evie for 2. Hi Tyrone's dad. American Nerd for 3. Major W from Tyrone's dad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Cannon for 2. It's a plot to destroy America from within. Yeah, I mean, when you have a party that's like that literally hates your own country, that's just it's not good. It doesn't matter like what. It doesn't matter if Democrats, like, we disagree with Democrats on a lot of issues. If they actually gave a shit and, like, we're trying to actually make America good, whatever, that's a different story. They just objectively hate America. They do. They objectively want America to go down the toilet for no reason. Other than, I don't know, what, racism?
Hey, hold up. Hey, Real Texan.
Yeah.
Dude, James Tallarico just announced his bid for he's running for Senate.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that was this morning when he actually officially announced.
Right,
yeah.
That's gonna be a shit show over primary.
Yeah,
All
let's elect an Austinite to the Senate. That's gonna turn out great. I fucking hate Austin politics so much. So many of them should. I'm not gonna Fed post on stream.
All right, So
Talarico is probably going to lose. Would he be worse than Allred or a better candidate?
I think
Oh, he would be worse. He'd be worse than Allred because he's a progressive Presbyterian seminarian and public school teacher
that's like
from suburban North. He's from. Yeah, that's a lot of. Yeah, no, that's a lot of semen for a gay man.
Oh my gosh.
so true. I mean, I kind of hope he's the nominee. Like, I know it's risky with Paxton, but still, like, I think
No, no. Like if it were a debate, dude, he's like what 5'6",
Oh, really?
pasty.
Oh my.
Dude, he's like 5'5", 5'6". He's like 120 pounds. Like I know women from my time training in the army who could beat him up. It's Ken Paxton's like what 6'3". He's like 6'3",
Okay, so you
250
got this
pounds.
scrawny, progressive.
The
Yeah,
physical
no.
contest itself would be
Even
starting.
I'm like 5'8". That's fucking embarrassing.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got this scrawny little bastard, fake progressive Christian from Austin against this, giant, base Chad that, yes, is scandal plagued, but honestly, I mean,
What Texas Republican isn't scandal plagued when they're running for statewide election?
at this point, yeah.
And that's just the nature of the state's Byzantine politics.
That's Texas.
The city on what I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Not as bad as Arkansas, though, I would say. But anyways, in other news, Congressman Tim Moore is calling for the removal of magistrate judge Teresa Stokes, who released a 14-time offender. He was a 14-time offender. I thought that was a joke.
that's real.
Oh my gosh. He was released 14 times.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Which included at least 14 prior arrests for serious offenses such as possession of a firearm by a felon, robbery with a dangerous weapon, and physical assault of his sister. In 2014, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for robbery with a dangerous firearm. In January, charge, a Class 1 misdemeanor rose after Brown became combative with police officers. Yet, despite the history of violent, unstable behavior, Magistrate Stokes released Brown without requiring a bond or imposing any meaningful conditions. Holy shit.
K-Cub 1996 for 2. James Talarico gives Tony Evers vibes.
I don't think he has dementia yet, but he might. Yeah, this sounds like a concept for a South Park episode. I mean, South Park's just shit now. It's just bad. But
yeah, it's been bad for 10 years, by the way.
But now it's
but it's gotten really bad recently. It's really
even a lot of South Park fans are like, okay, we get the joke. We get it. They want Trump to sue them, and now they're just going insane because he's not.
But he's not going to sue them. That's not worth his time. They're
more crazy. They're getting more crazy by the second. It's like every day. It's like Fox News, Fox News, Fox News, and Trump has a small. You know what? It's like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, they've jumped the shark. They've been kind of mid or not very good for 10 years, if not longer. But they have really jumped the shark lately. It's like it's like The Simpsons. Honestly, even Family Guy, Family Guy is a show that's better suited for TikTok clips than an actual show. But I haven't heard any Family Guy in a long time.
Yeah. So. Oh my gosh, I'm reading more into this. So, he was arrested 14 times and the judge did nothing. So, at this point, what should Trump do? What should he do in response to this? Because that's kind of the point of the stream. We know he sent in the guard, not the National Guard yet, but he sent in the feds into Chicago. What should Trump do?
And he should do the same to Charlotte.
I agree. But
President Trump, I know guys in the North Carolina National Guard. What Donald Trump needs to do is he needs to send in federal law enforcement. He needs to send in U.S. Marshals. He needs to send in the National Guard. We need to see Charlotte cleaned up, just like D.C. Because this is the opportune, physically cleaned up. Yeah. Because remember, kids, my dear viewers and compatriots on the stream, crime is an option and the state abets it. Yeah. Crime exists when the state refuses to enact law and order. when you have rampant crime, that's not an issue with the people. You definitely can have issues with people like that, but those people don't go out on the streets and they don't go around stabbing random 23-year-old women who just got off work to get a motherfucking pizza. They don't just go out and do that shit randomly. The state allows them to do that. And local, that is a failure on so many levels, and it is born out of malicious negligence. Say it with me. Malicious ineptitude, malicious negligence. So yes, Donald Trump needs to send the North Carolina Army National Guard in. He needs to send in federal law enforcement. It's unfortunate if he has to withdraw it from DC. But I know guys here, the Texas Army National Guard, that are willing to go to other states and help out other governors out. North Carolina, despite having voted for Trump 3 times in a row, is run by Democrats because the state is corrupt. It is run by the Democratic Party, and they hold the keys to a lot of power there. Donald Trump needs to make an example of these loonies in this state. It doesn't matter if it's a red state or a blue state. He needs to send a powerful and palpable message to all Democrats and progressives everywhere that if you abet criminals and you allow them to roam the streets and you allow them to commit senseless acts of violence, which take the lives of people who should be with us in the realm of the living, then you need to go to jail, and a lot worse should be happening to you. So yes, send the guard in, send law enforcement in, physically clean up Charlotte, make an example that not even red states, blue cities and red states are free from this and are subject to law and order under the current administration. Because we're going to clean this country.
American
By the way, Rap, sorry, before you do the super chats, I actually do want to mention the guy in Charlotte also entered a train without a ticket. So that's another thing. I think that's probably a federal law that we need to do. We need to require all public transits who have employees check tickets before anyone enters.
Ridiculous. So he just rode in the train. It was a
now, and I also know this from experience. I've taken trains in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I bought tickets, but probably didn't even need to because they don't check them.
Unbelievable. Like, that's half the problem right there. Like, there's no accountability. Just people just let it do whatever they want. American Nerd.
And that's not only on the light rail in Dallas, the light rail in Fort Worth, but also the commuter train that goes between Dallas and Fort Worth. I've taken all 3 of them, and they don't. And I don't think I've ever had my ticket checked on any of them.
American Nerd for 2. Miss Old South Park creators are losing their edge. Yeah, they've lost it. Man Milk for 5. Hey, Chuds, gonna join the Navy Reactor program if I lose a primary. Trump makes me feel patriotic, and I want to use my brain for America's interest. Oh, nice. Good luck with that.
All right, Man Milk, I will say this. Navy sucks. Join the Army instead. I can set you up with a recruiter.
Jeez. TID Media for 2. Debating between joining.
But actually, my childhood best friend is in the nuke program. He says it fucking sucks, especially if you're taller. I would recommend something else.
Yeah, TID Media for 2. Debating between joining Pressler / Pennsylvania GOP. Any thoughts? I would say work with Pressler because he's still, like, despite some of the criticisms some people have had of him, he still is doing a good job, considering, but yeah, that's my thoughts. American Nerd for 2. Trump should invoke the Insurrection Act in Charlotte. I agree, actually. Invoke.
Oh, hey, what's up, Tester? Oh, hey, what's up, Tester's done. Nice to see you.
That's Tester's done. Hey there. That is, yeah. American Nerd for 2. Give Trump Palpatine-style emergency powers. I agree. Chance Tracy for 5. Steven Crowder tore Rand Paul a new one as well as he should. Also, Bashir ran for Senate. He'll be cooked, especially after what he said with JD's wife. Yeah, Bashir's not going to run for Senate.
I think Bashir said he's not going to do it. He's going to run for president.
But yeah, as for Rand Paul, he's done. What a freaking dumbass.
Paul might retire. I mean, he already broke. Paul, I think Paul might retire. He already broke his 2-term pledge.
That's every libertarian for you, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, so did Ted Cruz, to be fair.
Yeah,
both of them broke their 2-term pledges.
I cannot wait till the American people at large realize just how much of a sham libertarianism is. Libertarianism is not just not just ideologically, but every major libertarian politician is a piece of shit who's just the most brazen with breaking their promises, and you see it with Rand Paul and Thomas Massie with how ready they are to buck Trump on the principles, even though they're just effectively working with Democrats at that point. Like, yeah, get him out of office. We don't need him. I don't know what the fuck is in the waters with Kentucky, honestly.
I mean, yeah, like literally, we were talking about this yesterday. The best congressman from Kentucky is probably James Comer.
I don't know what's in the water, Kentucky. Probably the horse piss from the Kentucky Derby. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I will mark my words. 2028, we're gonna elect Scott Jennings for Senate in Kentucky.
Good.
Oh, he'd be such a big upgrade.
Yeah,
Who's gonna run in 2026?
I mean, well, it's Nate Morris, Andy Barr, and Daniel Cameron. There was a poll that came out showing Morris in a distant third, but it was a Barr internal.
Well, yeah, Barr and Cameron are work together.
That's yeah, but they also have much higher name recognition because Cameron ran for governor and Barr's a congressman. But Nate Morris is, I mean, he's got connections with the big names. So I think
I'm reading the endorsements.
I think Trump is probably hesitant on endorsing now because I think he wants to endorse Morris, but he wants to see him go up in polling because otherwise, if he doesn't, he'll probably just endorse Barr.
Yeah, I'm looking at the polling right now. I mean, Daniel Cameron's clearly leading, but that might just be name recognition. But it's September.
Entirely name recognition.
Yeah. When's the primary? Go ahead.
American Nerd for two-term pledges from politicians are worthless. Oh yeah, no one ever hears of those. It's a scam. And we got new footage of the stabbing. I'm not gonna show it on stream, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show it. It's not the entire thing, but it does show the immediate aftermath because what was shown by local media in Charlotte, that was where the original footage was from. It was from local media in Charlotte that edited it because a lot of it. I mean, it is graphic. I mean, you don't really see. I mean, the footage that's released shows like her reaction. You didn't see her reaction in the local media footage. Yes. For obvious reasons, because they can't show graphics.
I can't show it on stream, but basically, the video we have now is nobody did anything about this. There's like 7 guys in there, and nobody did shit. They just watched.
Literally, at the scene across from her to her right, you have this like fat black woman with a vape.
Yeah, and she's not doing anything. They're just sitting there. They're just like, oh, it's perfectly normal. Urban decay is real, and I agree with Eric Daughtry on this tweet. Again, I can't show it on stream, but you gotta clean this up. This is insane. This is what happens when you have no trust in society. This is utter insanity. Nobody did anything. They just stood there. Not even that. They just sat there, and they just like, oh, perfectly fine. Somebody got stabbed. Oh well. That's not good. Let's see. The horror on her face is awful. Yeah, it's bad. Again, I can't show it on stream, so. Yeah, I think everybody saw the video, right? Everybody seen it? Hello?
Oh yeah, give me a second. I actually just we have a statement actually, I think, from the stabber's mother.
Oh god.
It doesn't seem that bad actually. But hold on. Let me send it. I haven't read the whole thing, but from what I did read, it's not like the worst thing ever, but I may have to read the whole thing.
Chance Jurassic for 5. Dude, if Kentucky Senate delegation in 29 is Nate Morris and Scott Jennings, that'd be awesome. I'll vote for both those guys in a second. Oh, 100%. Scott Jennings, he's more of an establishment Republican, but he's a good one. He's one that has a freaking brain. So I can live with
Okay, so from the stabber's mother, she says, what he did was atrocious, it was horrible, and it was wrong.
Oh.
This is from Joe Bruno. He works for WSOC in Charlotte.
Somebody's holding somebody accountable? Wait, what?
The point of her speaking is to make her son out to be a victim. He's not. She said she wanted them to speak about the arrest to highlight how the system failed and things got to this point. With Brown not yet appearing before a judge and police largely quiet about the details of what happened, Brown's mom provides more context on how things escalated to the point where Irina Zaruska was randomly stabbed to death on a light rail. As I previously reported, Brown served more than 5 years on an armed robbery charge. When Brown was released from prison, Brown's mom says he started saying weird things.
Brown's mom says the court should have never let her son be out in the community, knowing he had mental health issues and previous arrests.
Wow. And she probably couldn't do anything about it. Oh my gosh.
I mean, she can't. She really can't. I mean, if he wasn't even on house arrest or anything, or even on probation, then yeah, there's nothing that she could do. I mean, she can like obviously. I mean, she could just like ground him in the house or something, but that's not going to work because he could
He's an
easily just
adult.
sneak out.
I mean, like, I'm
If
glad
well, I
that
mean, if he lives with her, I mean, it's still her house.
I know, but like, I'm glad that it's not like the other case where it's like they're trying to defend their son, like, oh, he was innocent. He was fine. It's like,
yeah,
no.
it's literally like the Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah,
thing
that's what I was
over
thinking
in,
about.
over in Dallas.
Yeah, how is that?
Like,
By the way, that case fell apart.
because they think that the victim was the aggressor in that case, and they moved to like a McMansion somewhere in Frisco, like because of security reasons. Like they got hundreds of thousands of dollars from Give Send Go, which refused to do anything because free speech.
And did
So
they go
honestly,
bankrupt or something? Like they went through all the money or something?
I think they spent it all on like fancy cars or whatever.
Right here. In January, Brown was arrested for misusing the 911 system. Police said he called from the hospital and claimed someone gave him man-made material that controlled when he ate, walked, and talked. Despite his criminal past and homelessness. Oh my gosh. He was a mentally ill person.
Yeah, and that's literally after. I mean, after he stabbed her, he said, "I got that white girl." Now, the other thing I will mention, North Carolina, I believe, is not a death penalty state because
I
they're
don't think it
Democrat
is.
controlled. So if he wants it, if they want to get the death penalty for him, it would have to be like a federal case, which is probably not going to happen. But it would be nice. But they will they'll probably give him life, hopefully.
Oh, this part is just disgusting. The CMPD's community policing team was well acquainted with Brown. They encountered him three times in 2024 and referred him to resources each time. They have not answered my questions asking what these resources are, if he accepted any of them, if police had any recourse if they kept encountering someone who refused to help. They couldn't do it. The police were literally screwed. They couldn't do anything in this case because they just kept arresting him, but they kept throwing him out of jail. Holy shit. And they try to get him. Remember how Democrats made a big push for like the help, like get resources to, like mentally ill people, like, oh, we gotta help the poor people and stuff. Well, they're just denying it. They're refusing to do it, and now people are getting stabbed. I think Trump's got to get a new law in the books. I know some states have
again. I reiterate what I said earlier. Nobody, regardless of their background or persuasion of any kind, deserves to be subject to a random act of violence that takes your life. That is barbaric, that is anarchic, that is not acceptable in any civilized society. Random acts of violence by people who lack agency and constitution of themselves, that is beyond anarchy. That is beyond barbarian. That is unspeakably that is a failure of civilization on every level. It's lawlessness. It's anarchy. I say my piece.
Head and Hooker stand for 5. The scary part of CLT isn't even that bad compared to other cities like Memphis, Atlanta, Baltimore, and St. Louis. Yeah, it's actually cleaner than most of those cities. That's the scary part. This happened in Charlotte. Like, this shit happens right in, like, Memphis or whatever. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. We do have another big story. This is from Texas A&M University. I'm trying to get Ye on. Okay, never mind. He's on campus, so he can't talk about it, but I will. So at Texas A&M University, a student was kicked out of class after objecting to transgender indoctrination. This is according to State Representative Brian Harrison of Texas. And the A&M president defended LGBTQ studies, which is an official, I believe, major or minor at Texas A&M. Brian Harrison is referring to Texas A&M to the Trump administration for investigation and Governor Abbott to fire the officials involved.
Fire them all.
I think in addition to that, Texas A&M, according to emails, threatened and try to silence the conservative students. The district department head for Texas A&M blamed the student for disruptive behavior. The department head also has pronouns in her signature. I should mention that too.
Of course.
Pressured the student into accepting a deal to never return to class in exchange for maintaining her current grade.
Wow, that's very wow, what the fuck?
Department head Dr. Emily Johansson, she, her.
Of course. Chances Radzic for 5. Run Scott Jennings and Massey seen in 26 and Senate in 28. He might be more establishment, but he'd be a team player unlike Massey, Paul, and Mitch. Well, again, Scott Jennings is a more establishment Republican. He is. He's an old school guy, but he has a brain. Like, this is what people understand. Being an establishment Republican is not automatically a bad thing. It's a red flag, sure. But Scott Jennings has a brain. He understands when to, like, support stuff. He understands, like, okay, this is what the base wants. So, yeah, that's why I like Scott Jennings. But
Scott Jennings is like the one Republican everybody likes,
yeah.
No matter what faction they're on. He just has something for everybody.
Well, because, like...
Here, by the way, Rap, if you want to pull up the tweets that I sent and discuss that.
Yeah, let me pull this up. I've heard a little bit about this case, but...
It's pretty much, it seems probably mainly floating around Texas politics.
Yeah, no, I saw a couple tweets on it. I just really... Yeah. Okay, American Nerd for 10. My therapist told me that the old asylums weren't bad because they were asylums. It was because they employed bad and unqualified people in them, yet the government's solution was to shut down the asylums. Oh yeah, there were bad people in the asylums. Let's be clear about that. There are some bad people.
It's probably a lot of the people that were like very brutal towards people in there.
Yeah, there are like that was part of the issue of the asylums, but just give her the staff. That sucked. That's all you had to do. But no, we gotta shut it down because money. But yeah, I pulled up the tweet right here. My gosh. She, her.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So, I'm assuming that this is gonna be a national story, I'm guessing.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. He's a Marco Rubio of Kentucky. He goes where the wind blows. That's actually... Yeah, I actually agree with that. Well, Scott Jennings, though, is like, he's a chill guy. So, he's just cool. Again, like, I'm not saying he's not going to be S tier or whatever, but he'd be like a B tier guy. You know, I can deal with that. I can live with that.
Who do you guys think is the best senator right now?
What?
Who do you guys think is like the best senator right now?
Hawley.
Yeah, Josh Hawley.
Hawley, Moreno's been very good.
It is
no one talks
actually
about
better.
Britt is also really good.
Let's see. McCormick's been surprisingly
really good.
McCormick's been surprisingly great. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but he's also just shutting up and doing what Trump says.
Yeah,
so.
I know. That's kind of the thing that makes it good. McCormick's up there, I guess. Ted Buddy's okay. I would say Hawley.
Eric Schmidt's pretty good.
Oh, it's probably... I don't know. We actually have, like, a better Senate now. Now, we still got to deal with Mitch McConnell, but like I said, after 2026... we're going to get a real majority because these dumbasses like McConnell, they're gone. And Joni Ernst, they're gone for good.
Hopefully Murkowski's gone too. I mean, like, I can tolerate Collins, but I cannot tolerate Murkowski in any capacity.
Well, Murkowski, you're kind of screwed.
Gone, Ernst is gone, Tillis is gone. Cornyn might stay, but, I mean, he's just going to shut up and do what Trump says.
Yeah.
Remember how bad the Senate was just 4 years ago?
Oh my gosh, that was
pathetic. We had Richard Burr. We had Richard Burr around, and that was like a... God.
Yeah, you had Richard Burr, you had... Oh, gosh, let's go over some of the senators back then. Oh, my gosh, you had Burr, the guys from Nebraska, they've sucked. Kansas, they had some bad guys in.
Sass, oh my God.
Yes, Sass. That guy was
God.
awful. For those that don't know, he was one of the worst Republicans ever. And not ever, but in the last like 10 years. He stunk.
He was one of the most...
Everyone kind of forgot about him after he got into the Florida... after he became the University of Florida president, which, by the way, he's not University of Florida president anymore. I think he resigned or something.
Oh, even better, go back to 2017. Oh, yeah, you had Portman, you had John McCain still, you had
Bob Corker.
Oh,
Jeff Flake.
So you still have Democrats in red states like North Dakota, Indiana, Missouri.
Those are names I've not heard in a while. I mean,
Remember Bob Corker? He was so terrible.
Oh gosh, what state was he again?
Tennessee.
Yeah, it was Tennessee. That's right. That's what Trump had to deal with in his first term. Now, say what you will with the Senate now, like, we've got it significantly better, right? Just objectively. K-Cub for 2. If Hovey won, he would have been number 1 because of the mustache. Oh, I agree. He would have been.
I just realized, by the way, 2006 Tennessee Senate election, Corker almost lost.
Who?
Bob Corker almost lost.
2006. Yeah, to like Harold Ford Jr., who's like Harold Ford Jr., right? Who's like the one Democrat on Fox News.
Yeah, the one Democrat with the freaking brain of.
Oh yeah, he's like one of the like 2 Democrats on the 5.
Yeah, he's the one that's not insane. So
he's like normal, I think. I mean, I don't know when he's on.
He was actually the he's the most recent black representative to represent Tennessee's 9th, which is was like a 70% black seat.
All right, Man Milk for 2. Cassidy more like Kenzie's. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna read.
Cassidy's going after RFK, which might be his final nail in the coffin, because like Cassidy's trying to LARP as a MAGA Republican, which everyone's trying to do, because they're scared of being primaryed out.
Really, you go after RFK, one of the most popular people in his admin. Really?
By the way, guess who's also going after RFK now? Chris Christie.
And the jokes write themselves. Anyways, so I do think overall with 2026, you're getting rid of like 5 shit Republicans. You're getting rid of Ernst, McConnell, Tillis, Cassidy. I think is done. Cornyn, I think is done. I mean, you're getting rid of some shit guys.
Cornyn's starting to go up in polls. I think the primary is still going to be very close, but
I think it's
starting to look like it's.
It's
starting to look like a tighter race, and I think it still also depends on what information that comes out.
And by the way, we will get to the BLS stuff in a second because that's kind of a big story. In other news, everybody, somebody began to look into like the more Charlotte stuff. Apparently, the city manager is the highest paid city manager in the United States. Take guess how much he makes a year. The city manager of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Like millions, probably.
$1 million a year.
500,000 a year.
Oh my god, that's still way too much.
That's more than the salary for the president, by the way.
That's more than the salary for like some really high-paying jobs at some big finance
city
firms.
manager.
Way more than the president. Now, who's the city manager? What's the name?
Marcus D. Jones.
Oh, that sounds like a certain rate. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, so they probably gave him a $500K salary for DEI reasons.
Yeah.
Because it's racial equity to pay him more than the president of the United States because racism or whatever.
All right, let's see here. Bill Cassidy only voted for RFK to get out of committee on condition that he adds those crooked big pharma shills in the cabinet. RFK has been quietly draining the swamp. That's the thing with RFK. Like, RFK, he is draining that part of the swamp completely. It's going away. Like, he is cleaning up CDC, HHS, and that's a big part of the swamp right there. The CDC.
Oh, by the way, I'm back to the Tennessee race. I actually just realized why Bob Corker almost lost.
Why?
It was an attack ad that he did towards Harold. And it involved a scantily clad white woman acting as a Playboy bunny who met Harold at a Playboy party, who invites Ford to call me. Harold Ford, I mean, yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, so it was the who hasn't ad. Yeah, I think that probably is why Corker only won by like just under 3 points.
Bruh. Man Milk.
He still swept East Tennessee because they always vote Republican in every race.
Yeah.
In fact, they voted Republican in like every race since Lincoln.
Man Milk for 2. Kristi Kreme is a big name alongside JB Porker. Oh gosh, Cameron Fogart for 2. Had to ask pronouns as part of nursing lab. Great.
I should mention, by the way, Chris Christie and I think he was like on MSNBC or something. He's probably gained weight, and he's attacking RFK for being, I guess, a lunatic or whatever.
We're just trying to bring
science. He's attacking Bill Cassidy for voting for Bill Cassidy. Or for Bill Cassidy, sorry, for RFK Jr.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, so President Trump, it looks like they're gonna start cracking on a crime. That's gonna be big. Again, I think they're gonna send in the feds in this Charlotte now, and then New Orleans and all these cities. You have to. Now, my question is, what do you do about these stupid DAs and judges, though? That's the problem. What can you do about them?
And I'd like
I
to
mean,
say
I could give
them,
I
but
could give an answer what you do with them, but it wouldn't
Okay,
be
well, I'm
appropriate for
talking
the
about
stream.
legally speaking.
I don't think you can even impeach them because the Democrats would, because you wouldn't have the votes to convict.
Is there any legal power for the president to, like, stop this, or what? Anyone know?
I think you have to go to like the state courts, maybe, or
Great.
like district judges or something. I think the state court in North Carolina can probably remove judges, and I think they are Republican controlled. I
Yeah,
should
they are
mention that.
Republican, yeah.
So the judge in Charlotte that let the guy out will probably be removed, but which I mean, like, honestly, consider yourself lucky. North Carolina still has Republican judges.
Yeah, big pharma shields like Loomer have been attacking RFK under the guise of him being a fraud. Yeah, I've seen that. It's like, guys, RFK's been one of the best parts of the cabinet. Him and Tulsi. They are the ones drained the swamp. All right? Tulsi has a bigger issue because the FBI sucks and ran by Patel and the DOJ. But RFK has cleaned the house at the FDA and the CDC, HHS. He's cleaned the house completely everywhere in that side of the government. And that's why they're mad at him. Because they're about to release a bombshell study that proves that, Anyways, I'm not going to go much further because
Apparently,
to hold a great degree of skepticism on that
we'll see.
paper until it releases and the scientific variability, because claiming that vaccines cause autism
we never
could be an extremely hot take if it has actual scientific backing to it, considering the conspiratorial aspect of it since the 90s.
My kind of take on
we're not going down this rabbit
RFK's
hole. We're not going down the rabbit hole or
Okay, fine,
vaccine
fine.
stuff. We're not. I just wanted to bring up that, like, apparently they released a report soon. We don't know what, but I don't want YouTube suing me. So,
I mean, look, I'm autistic as shit, and I'm fine, like, completely unironically.
Water Gaming for 5. Did RFK threaten to take away the concession table? What? That's probably a Democrat talking point. I don't know. Maybe then. I don't know. Anyways, in other news, you guys want to talk about the BLS sucking?
I also do want to point out Rand Paul is planning to lead opposition to the Department of War name change.
Are you shitting me?
No.
He loves the Constitution and, like, the Founding Fathers so much that he's mad about changing the name back.
Yeah, it's again also from Eric Doherty.
Remember, like 4 years ago during COVID, when like Rand Paul was like one of the most beloved Republican senators, and now he's now just become, I don't know, he's too obsessed with his kind of he's basically become the actually Republican senator, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's the only way I can articulate it.
He's become the Republican senator. That's what he has now. He's
Well, actually, you can't do that.
What a dumbass. K-Cub for 5. I say RFK Jr. invites Chrissy to have a conversation about health. Stipulation, though, is a chair Chrissy sits in and can't creak when he sits. Oh, gosh. Thanks for super chat. But yeah, so I think Rand Paul's done. What a sad decline. You go from, like, an S-tier Republican.
Oh, breaking news.
What?
Elon Musk announces that Tesla will start manufacturing Transformers. And no, not the kind that transform into cars and robots. I know you're really upset about that, Dad. I know you're not going to get to see Optimus Tesla Prime or whatever the fuck. But no, he's talking about electrical Transformers that we're going to... Dad, they're not manufacturing Transformers.
I thought we were gonna recreate we were gonna also get Shia LaBeouf. No, that's woke. I want the real Transformers. I want Optimus Prime. I want Sam Witwicky or whatever his name was.
We probably don't, because that guy's kind of lost his mind.
Did he become like a Catholic or something? He went crazy, but yeah.
Well, they all did. Who's the other guy that went crazy? The guy that was Osborn in the Spider-Man films. What's his freaking name?
Willem Dafoe?
No,
James Franco.
James Franco, yeah, that's another one that's lost his mind. They've all did. They all lost their minds. Yeah, not good.
Anyways, BLS or whatever.
Yeah, so we just had a jobs revision for the job report, and holy shit. We have a big scandal at the BLS, and for those that don't know, that's the Bureau of Labor Statistics. They're the ones releasing job reports each month. And look at this. There was virtually no job creation in the last year of the Biden admin, and the data was so bad that it was making it sound like, yeah, Trump's surging with jobs. But in reality, the revisions came down. It's not because of Trump, by the way. It's because the Biden admin lied about it so much. Look at this. Look at how much they lied about the jobs report. And this is from like April of last year to March of this year, so you can't say it's Trump's economy. Basically, there were 900,000 jobs that did not exist. 900,000. That's bad.
Trump economy, guys. Trump economy.
The economy was way worse.
Guys, President Biden presided over the greatest economic recovery of our time, and we saw insane job growth and all this, and now we're being told that now we're being told that 1 million jobs that the Biden admin supposedly presided over didn't even exist, and that they were just manufactured statistics. I've said it before, and I will continue to say it over and over. You cannot fucking trust a Democratic presidential administration. They will lie about everything, and this also goes back to what I said last week with being unable to trust BLS and how they actually handle jobs reports and weather forecasts for the job market. What's up, Dad?
Chat's raising for 5. Damn, I forgot how bad the Senate was.
Hold up. My dad's speaking. Speak, Father.
There's a difference between truth when it comes to the worldview of liberals and conservatives. Conservatives understand objective scientific truth and what the difference between subjective feelings and objective facts are. Everybody knows that. I'm not telling you anything new. However, what I would like to share with you is that liberals don't believe in objective reality. They believe in something called prescriptive reality, as in like this judge ruled this way and says that this is how we're going to do it. So this is the way the law works. That is how liberals think in their mind. They think about the social order, and if the law says it's that way, that's the reality, or even more to the point, the superficiality of it all. They're superficial. They don't understand the way reality works. They don't understand business. They don't understand money. They don't understand science. They don't understand technology. And that's why they're so butt fucking crazy, because they don't have any foundation to establish their epistemology on. Their fundamental basis of reality. It's fluid for them. That's why one presidential cycle, they believe that marriage is a sacred institution between a man and a woman. And then the next presidential cycle, oh, okay, it's all right for gays to get married. And then the next presidential cycle, oh, women are who they think are women, not who are born with fucking ovaries and titties, and birth babies. You know what I'm saying?
How does this relate to the federal and job labor report?
I'm just giving y'all insight on how fundamentally the left, and even more fundamentally than that, half the population of humans are in our civilization. Half the people in our civilization don't believe in objective reality and have no concept of objectivity or science or why nature is the foundation for technology and like the rational, reasonable, scientific world. And that's why we can't reach them. And that's why we have to take the fucking foundations, the control of our fucking reality back from the left and never fucking give it back to them, because they're so fucking inbred, frothing at the mouth crazy that they will sacrifice everything on the altar of woke. And I, by God, won't let
calm
my
down. You are
forefathers lose
driving.
it.
You do not need to induce a heart attack to yourself while we are driving home. Calm down. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Anyways, Chance Drazek for 5. Damn, I forgot how bad the Senate was under Trump's first term, especially SAS. Also, Rap, could you talk about the Pennsylvania voter numbers you didn't yesterday? Yeah, there's some weird stuff with Philly. There'll be actually a video on that probably later today. With North Carolina's update with voter registration, which is hilarious. Object Placecator for 10. Don't you let the people forget the U.S. as a whole became more pro-war after the name change up from war to defense? Also, and it covers up unless wars without congressional approval for war, aka the people. Yeah. K-Cup for 2. But McGooberment Jobs Rap. McGooberment Jobs. It was bullshit. The jobs report was horseshit the entire time. It was never real. It was bullshit. So, yeah, I mean, now it sounds like we're getting a massive cut this month. When does the Fed meet again? Anyone know?
Fed interest rate cuts are too little too late right now at this point, honestly.
Yeah, it's too late. Trump was right, by the way. You know, this actually I think this does give Trump some credibility in the economy.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. This also just proves that Jerome Powell is a fucking hack.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually know what he's doing.
A Glitch Eevee for 2. Tyrone's dad is a legend. Yep. Yes, I do think now
If I allow you to speak on stream again, are you going to promise not to have a heart attack while we're driving? Oh, okay.
See, I do think overall with the jobs report that the yeah, they should have cut in February. What Trump told them. Remember back in February? Yeah, Trump got to cut the rates. Or Powell's got to cut the rates. He didn't. And now we're in the situation where I don't know how we get out of this mess. What can Trump do, though? Like, honestly, if the Fed doesn't do their jobs, what do? Anybody know? Or are we just so cooked with the economy?
The economy's cooked.
That's not good. The only thing that could save us is he's got to get housing under control somehow. He's got to force cut rates through. Like, you got to cut the rates by a lot. You got to get the housing market, like, stable. I don't know how, but you just got to do something. Henry Hooker saying for 5, look what happened in Cincinnati a few months ago in the response from their leaders. Oh, yeah. They got beat up and they got thrown in jail or whatever. It's insane. Utter insanity. Trump has to do more on the economy to fix this and let the tariffs and record foreign investment bill. It'll take a while to improve things. One thing he can do is ban H-1Bs and punish outsourcing. I agree. I mean, what he should do, because we're getting, I think they said 17 trillion in investments over the next, like, 10 years, which is a lot. Starting this month, it sounds like. So we're getting some investments now, but we need even more. We need more. We got to get inflation under control now. So, but yeah, I agree. Ban H-1Bs, punish outsourcing. That's one thing they should do. Punish companies individually. Be like, listen, if you're outsourcing jobs to, like, India, we're going to put 100% tariff on you. All right? And each month you don't comply, an additional 10%, or it's just something like that.
I am pretty optimistic on this whole front. I think this entire issue will be solved in the next 5 years. But all these like kind of problems with outsourcing and immigration. But you also really have to make sure that the Democrats like don't win for at least the next 3 election cycles. Because my kind of prediction always has been is that I think Vance will win 2028 and 2032. The Democrats aren't going to win again unless they actually moderate and like actually moderate, not fake moderate. But they're just getting more radical.
I mean, now we're getting to a point now where is there any way for Democrats to moderate ever?
No.
I mean,
the Democratic Party is not going to moderate at this point because the people who are taking the reins of power from the people currently in charge are a bunch of emotionally driven, hysterical theater kids who are even more delusional than the people in power. The people in power that have these policies the way that they are, because that's what's most profitable to their late stage capitalist ventures. The people who are about to take power genuinely believe their own bullshit, which is going to make it worse, and which is why that they're going to be incapable of maneuvering back to their ideological center. because they genuinely believe their own moral crusade nonsense, and that's why they're going to be fucking killed, and that's why the Democratic Party is going to be put on life support within the next 5-6 years.
Yeah, I agree with that, and it's like if they don't moderate or if they don't change, they're just going to be like they're going to be basically like where the Republicans were from the 30s, like to the early to the mid to late 1960s, which is like they may win a few elections, but they're not going to really have any real power. They're not going to change anything culturally.
Look, the Democratic Party, outside Franklin Delano Roosevelt's tenure as the American Trotsky or the American Lenin, from Reconstruction to the election of JFK, the Democratic Party was the minority party. The Republicans held the monopoly on force within politics for the longest time. The Democratic Party were relegated to their small but strong support base in the South. The Democratic Party is not going to have some kind of JFK-esque figure to come and save them at all, because there's nothing for them to unify under, and there's nothing that they can offer Republicans right now to come join them. There is no great racial divide in need of a great society. There is no external boogeyman with rich foreign policy for us to for them to exploit, like the division of West and East Germany in the Soviet Union. There is no economic recession that is the fault of a Republican president, like at the end of Eisenhower's administration. And most importantly, there are no charismatic straight men in the Democratic Party. There is not a single good-looking, young to middle-aged man who is of a majority or a totally white ethnic admixture, which is the majority of the country, that is going to willingly go and run on a Democratic Party platform, because most white men in this country who aren't spiritually raped motherfuckers know that the Democratic Party is the party of white extinction.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only white man I can think of in the Democratic Party who'd be willing to try and seek that nomination would be like Gavin Newsom, who everyone is quickly realizing is a fucking moron, and he's now losing polls against J.D. Vance 3 years out. And like John Ossoff, who would never win because he's Jewish, and the Democratic Party are a bunch of Palestine whack jobs. And like same thing with Josh Shapiro.
All right. Let's see here. Object clicks cater for 5. Trump can break the seal. The Fed has failed to do their job and aren't held accountable, and he hands the power to Bessent. Force SCOTUS to answer the question. It might be time. Like, the point of the Fed was to be actually independent. Like, I know there's some sketchy stuff how it got invented and stuff, but still. Now the Fed, they're clearly ran by Dems. They're just ran by partisan hacks that just hate Trump. So, yeah.
By the way, something else we should probably talk about, the stuff happening in Nepal.
Oh, yeah, Nepal, somebody burnt the government building, the parliament building, or whatever.
No, there's like a whole like revolution going on there.
Yeah, that's not good.
I feel like that happens in like that region like pretty more often. Like I remember a few years ago there was like the government collapsed in Sri Lanka, and like we never heard about it again. This also happened in Pakistan a few times. And also in Bangladesh, I keep hearing about. I heard about that. I don't think it's really happened in India.
Oh, we have breaking news.
What?
Go ahead.
Kenya is withdrawing their support for humanitarian aid to the mission in Haiti. For those who don't know, Kenya is the only nation left outside the United States supporting the Haiti mission. But the American man and the person in charge of the Haitian mission is Eric Prince. So it looks like Eric Prince and Blackwater are about to get wholesale jurisdiction over into how the United States handles Haiti's internal affairs now.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, like I'm surprised Kenya like was even. I mean, like they were that invested in it. It's like you would think it'd be some like liberal European country, but
It's
like
Kenya.
you Kenya, damn Kenya. You know they're pretty developed for an African country at least, but you wouldn't associate them with this.
All right. So basically, what happened in Nepal is I think like the government banned social media or something, and so there's like a massive uprising. They burned the palace. The government basically collapsed. The prime minister of Nepal resigned.
Damn.
Hold up. We
I
have
find all this really funny because Ye and I have an ongoing gag where he's the crown prince of Nepal. If you know, you know.
oh
So
my
now I'm like, what are you
gosh.
doing? What have you done this time? And he's like, they'll never find out.
Yeah,
They'll never
so in
find.
other news, we got more updates on the magistrate and judge in North Carolina. Apparently she never passed the bar exam.
Oh yeah, no, you don't need to pass the bar exam in order to be a municipal judge in North
What?
Carolina. Literally, all you need to be a municipal judge in North Carolina is hold a bachelor's degree in anything. You could hold a bachelor's degree in fucking underwater Tibetan basket weaving, and you could still be nominated and selected to be a municipal
Say
judge.
that again?
It's the same. Yeah, you don't need to pass the bar exam to be a judge in North
But
Carolina. You
what
just need
bachelor
to
Yeah,
hold a
so
bachelor's degree.
what bachelor degree did you mention? What the hell was that?
Oh,
underwater basket weaving or something. I don't know.
underwater Tibetan basket weaving. It's
Underwater
it's an old joke about how worthless degrees have become for the most part.
Yeah. So yeah, I imagine that'll be a law that changes in North Carolina. Honestly, that probably would even get over. I think even if Stein vetoed that law, it would
I'd
probably get
also like to
overridden.
point out you don't need a medical practitioner's license to be a doctor or a dentist or do anything medical in North Carolina as well.
Well, I'm not sending North Carolina for anything.
Oh
No,
man.
it's a state level. It's a 10th Amendment thing. Absolutely, that is a major issue with North Carolina right now because North Carolina, under Josh Stein, they're taking in a shit ton of unlicensed Indian and Pakistani and
Oh
African
no!
doctors
All right.
Oh
who
no!
don't actually have any formalized training or certifications, and they're setting them up to be doctors.
All
Yeah,
right.
Oh no!
yeah, they're setting up fucking witch doctors and alternative medicine practitioners in like Charlotte and Raleigh.
Caden for 2.
Oh,
I'm starting to
man.
believe in deporting far leftists, maybe. But okay, I think that's it for this stream.
Raleigh too. That's insane. Like that's the fucking research triangle, and they're sending these.
Wow.
Man, what the hell?
All right, so if anybody got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. Yeah, a lot is happening with the whole North Carolina stuff. This changes, I think, a lot for 2026. By the way, I really do, because people are even Musk is realizing there's a huge problem going on. American Nerd for 2. What the F is going on in North Carolina? That's North Carolina for you. Can't have nice things.
It's the legacy of Roy Cooper and Josh Stein, and
That's gonna kill him next year. I really think this is the next Lincoln Riley, but even bigger because this is more. There's actual videos of it.
Yeah, it's just no, it's horrific. I don't like that we have to politicize stuff like this, but at the same time, we have to if we really want to stop it. So, yeah, like use it in your campaign ads, get these goddamn criminals off the street, and we will. Trump did it in D.C. He can do this in Charlotte. He can do this in L.A. or New York City or Miami or whatever. Name or Atlanta. Name the city. He can do this.
I feel
So
like
yeah.
Rasmussen's doing a lot of polling stuff. Also, Trump Tracker, for whatever reason, is crediting Gavin Newsom with the Cracker Barrel logo being brought back.
Hey, real Texan.
Yeah.
So the A&M professor who got that student kicked out. Here are a list of her research interests, as according to the Texas A&M website: 20th and 21st century transnational literature and theory, 20th and 21st century British literature and culture, cultural studies, post-colonial literature, cosmopolitan literature.
Is there a link to this?
So in other words, she's fucking worthless. Yeah, hold up. Let me post it.
I think it's on the. I think it was on like her bio or something in
Chief
the A&M
Officer-
website.
It's on her. Yeah.
Oh my god. Chief Officer Henry Wilder for 5. I just went to the doctor in North Carolina. My doctor was Indian. Oof. K-Cup for 5. Me, doc, I tore my ACL and needed surgery. North Carolina. Bigaz Batelli, who has a degree in small dog walking and runs a Korean barbecue cart, will do it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's that.
Yeah, I'm pulling up.
I'm looking for Rasmussen stuff. Okay, so he's saying 18 to 29-year-olds don't like Israel. That's not really surprising.
Yeah, right here. This is real. So her interest is literally, what is this? Transnational literature. Her research areas is theory. What the fuck is theory? It just says theory. Transnational literatures. Oh my gosh, the environment.
Yeah, transnational literature, whatever the fuck that means.
Contemporary, 20th century American. What the hell is this?
I don't know.
This is the department head?
Yeah,
Wow. This is pathetic.
I think so. Also, Rasmussen, 18 to 29-year-olds, 47% single, only 35% of them looking for a life partner, half aren't confident they will own a home, 17% unemployed.
And you wonder why Gen Z has gotten so radical. You wonder why.
They're also very socialist, but also very nationalist.
Yep, I agree.
Well, I think so. It seems like the Zoomer left is very socialist. The Zoomer right is very nationalistic.
Yeah, because Gen Z is just, they're done with like the current system. Caden for 2. Not everyone that disagrees, but anti-Americans. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I think that's it. I think we went over everything, man. This whole thing with this. I did not hear about this Texas A&M story, really. I miss. Not I meant I haven't watched a video yet or whatever. But it's this pathetic cultural studies.
Yeah, I think one of the tweets I sent you has the video. It was from Brian Harrison.
I'll watch it after the stream. But anyways, folks, I do got to get going. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today.
Join the channel today. It's a dollar a month. It's a dollar.
Yeah, so I do plan on there will be a video out later today on North Carolina, and there is North Carolina updates with voter registration, which is huge. That might make the race even more competitive. We'll see. But all right, we'll see you guys next stream, video, or wherever you see us at. Godspeed to all of you.